Hey lovelies! As you know, all month long, I've been sharing some tasty lunch inspiration on the channel to ensure that you are very well fed as you head back to school and back to work. Today, it is all about simple but satisfying instant soup cups. Now, these are sort of a twist on those soup cups you can buy at the store, you know, the ones with the ramen. You just pour the water over and you end up with soup. That's kind of the idea here. So of course, when you're making these, you wanna make sure you are using heat-proof dishes because we're going to be pouring hot water into them. I love these because they're portable, they're versatile, and the flavor possibilities are endless. We're kicking things off with a tasty chicken and rice soup recipe, but in this case, instead of regular rice, we are actually using cauliflower rice, which I totally love. For this recipe, we are starting with about a teaspoon of chicken base. If you're not familiar, it's basically chicken stock that has been concentrated. I'll leave a link in the description box below if you have any trouble finding it at your supermarket. It is really, really easy to find online. Next, we are going to add some cooked shredded chicken. This is a great way to use leftover chicken. You just shred it and put it into your jar. Then I'm going to add some chopped spinach, some cauliflower rice, and some frozen peas and carrots. I'm going to add a little bit of fresh dill because of course you know how much I love my fresh herbs, and it's as simple as that. When you're ready to enjoy your soup, pour over some boiling water, put the lid on, give it a shake, and let it sit for about 5 minutes. It'll be hot and delicious in no time. Next, for something a little more filling, I am making a hearty tortellini soup. Once again, we are going to start with some chicken base in our jar. To that, I'm going to add a few tablespoons of tomato sauce. Next, I've got some finely chopped kale. Of course, this is optional, but let's be honest, couldn't we all use some more green in our life? For the bulk of our soup, I am using some fresh cheese tortellini. If you can't find fresh, go ahead and use frozen and just let it thaw out, totally fine. To add even more flavor, we've got our parsley, our basil, and some red chili flakes for some heat. And there you go, my loves, super satisfying lunch on the go. Next, for something with a little more of an Asian flair, we are making a shiitake miso soup. This one starts once again with our chicken base, but we're also going to be adding a little bit of miso paste. I'm going to be using some rice noodles in this recipe because they cook really quickly. Other options would be shirataki noodles or kelp noodles. Both of those would work well. What you never want to use are traditional pasta noodles because the hot water just won't cook them fast enough. For our veggies, we are going to be adding some finely chopped broccoli, some shredded carrot, some water chestnuts, and some finely sliced shiitake mushrooms. To round out the flavors here, I'm adding some grated ginger and some finely chopped green onion. And there you go, my loves. When you're ready to enjoy it, pour over your boiling water, pop on the lid, give it a shake, and let it work its amazing magic. My next soup idea is really flavorful, but also super simple to prepare, which I love. It's my black bean and corn soup. It starts once again with my chicken base in the base of my jar, of course. To that, I'm adding some salsa. I'm using jarred salsa here. It adds a ton of great flavor. Next, I've got some cooked shredded chicken, some canned black beans that I've rinsed and drained, and then some frozen corn kernels. I'm gonna add just a sprinkle of cilantro, and there you go, Southwestern style soup to make the whole lunchroom jealous. I'm wrapping things up today with another flavor combination I simply adore. It's my pesto chicken soup. Once again, we've got our chicken base. To that, I'm adding a few teaspoons of pesto sauce. I'm using store-bought pesto, but if you want to be a hero, you go ahead and make your own pesto sauce. It's easier than you actually think and great to make during your weekly meal prep, which of course I always recommend. Next, I'm going to load in my cooked shredded chicken, and instead of using traditional noodles, I'm actually using zucchini noodles, which of course will get nice and soft after you add your boiling water. Now, you could totally leave this just as it is, but if you want to take it a step further, I recommend adding some roasted red peppers that have been finely chopped. This adds a ton of sweetness and even more flavor to this beautiful soup. And there you have it, stupendous. See, I couldn't use super again, so stupendous it is. Guys, I really hope you love these ideas as much as I do and that you'll give them a try. If you do, be sure to tweet me, Instagram me, or Snapchat me a photo because I love seeing your kitchen creations. Keep in mind that I am sharing healthy lunch bowls each and every day through August on my Instagram and Facebook, so if you're not following me there, be sure to do so. And finally, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe because there is lots more deliciousness where this came from.